You've just fallen into a strange new world. You don't know where you are, you don't know who you are, and you don't know why you're here. But you do know one thing, that the answer to these questions lies deeper in this new world. This is Hollow Nest, a dead kingdom where the only guiding lights are broken maps and scattered dwellings of lonely bugs. In this world, it's almost impossible not to get lost. But instead of that being a frustrating experience, getting lost in this dead world is exactly why Hollow Knight has touched me and thousands of others on such a deep level. Today, we're talking about how that feeling of getting lost is so much more impactful in a compact Metroidvania instead of a vast open world. When you're lost in the game, it really feels like you're truly exploring instead of just seeing what the developers made. You need to actually explore to find your way and make it through the maze that is the game's map, unless you look up a guide, but that kind of defeats the purpose. I love open world games, well-made ones anyway, but Metroidvanias, even if they have a smaller map, are actually easier to get lost in and usually more fulfilling to explore. I want to make it clear that size isn't the issue here, it's all about how well the map as well as the game itself is designed. So while open world games can nail exploration, those worlds have to be begging to be explored, which is a lot easier if you scale it down a bit. You see, in a smaller game, you actually can explore every inch of the map, and each inch you explore is going to be more significant. This invites you to explore deeper. And when you've got an intricate and maze-like world that requires you to discover new areas and items to progress, the game demands that you explore because it's literally the core gameplay loop. That is, however, a slippery slope which can easily devolve into just running errands across the map to move the story forward, which is usually not very fun. You see a quest, you see a marker, you go there, maybe come back, and then you do it all again somewhere else. Not all open world games are like that, and even some can pull it off, but generally I don't think it's a good design choice. But in a Metroidvania, you very rarely actually know where you're going, and there are very few locations that you won't return to in some capacity. And each time you return, you'll make a meaningful new discovery. For example, the very beginning of Hollow Knight's map can be accessed again much later in the game, only to discover that there's a whole new corner of the map that you didn't have access to before. It's a completely optional location, and you stumble upon it by total accident, but it has some of the most interesting content that the game has to offer. The next location is the Forgotten Crossroads, which, as the name suggests, you probably forget about through most of the game. That is until you have to come back to fight the final boss. At this point, the area is completely transformed. I can't recall having an experience like either of those in any open-world game. I do get the sense that Elden Ring has some circular exploration like this, but considering that I've neither found the time nor spare keyboards to actually finish it, I can't say for sure. Finally, what really sets Metroidvanias apart is how the game organically leads you to discover its world. The interconnected map, the subtle hints left by NPCs, visual cues in the environment, they all guide you without holding your hand. When you find a new area, it feels like a genuine discovery because the game never explicitly told you to go there. You followed your curiosity. Who's that character? Why can't I reach that? What's this, and how do I get past it? Each discovery feels personal and rewarding because you earned it through your own curiosity and perseverance. And when you finally get that upgrade letting you progress, it feels great, not only because you found something really cool, but you also solved a problem you encountered earlier. I think it's great to explore game worlds, but I would much rather do it in some mysterious maze than in vast open plains.